back. This is the second installment of our vlog series, our tracking of of my progress on Robinhood from the start, from day one. So yesterday, if you were with us, hopefully you checked out the first episode, the inception, if you will, of all of this. Okay, now I'm going to get right into it. So what happened yesterday, basically I took a day trade. Let me see if I can get to yesterday. Okay, I started out again with 1,000. Overall, I've deposited 5,000 in the account. I've transferred 5,000. Still waiting on the other 4,000. I don't know yet if I'm going to be playing with all of it. I might let some of it just accrue interest, and I might play with like 2,500 to 3,000. I don't know yet. We'll see how this goes. So I started out yesterday with my $1,000 credit, which I was allowed to trade with off the bat, and I went in on a day trade, which I saw was surging. Happened to be Penn. Penn National Gaming, which hit a nice surge yesterday. Obviously, it's in the red today, but we'll get back to that. And that hit a nice surge, and I sold that off after a nice gain. So right off the bat, I was up $13. After the fact, and again, I've discussed that I'm on a limited day trading basis. I can only do 3 within a 5-day period as of now. So I decided I'm going to look for some long-term deals, not super long-term. I don't want to hang on to anything more than a month, I'm thinking. But what I did was I sold off Penn National Gaming, and then I ended up going in again when I saw it take a little bit of a dip. At the time it was a dip. It ended up dipping more, of course, so I bought it at 31, and it ended up tailing down to 29. But the reason I wanted to buy back in was basically this right here, this very even upward slope. Obviously it got a little messy, and the reason for this bump here, this jump, is that I just found out Penn National Gaming is I believe an online gambling service that just made a deal with Barstool Sports. So now Penn National Gaming owns 36% of Barstool Sports, and for that reason, their evaluation went up, blah, blah, blah. You got a spike, and that's where I got my spike yesterday. And that being said, I am expecting this, sure, to settle a little bit, but not return or regress down too far. If it ends up falling and spooking me, then I'll sell it. I haven't quite determined at what point that would be. Okay, I also went in on, let's see, Four Corners Property Trust. Don't know what they do, but I again saw a nice upward trend recently, and so I bought in on them at 30.51. Hopefully, and this is the end of the week, so things are cooling down. Hopefully we'll start again next week and continue with this upward trend. That's the hope there. Furthermore, what else? Okay, let's get into the excitement. Let's get into the excitement of today. So yesterday I went up about 1.5 percentage points, and then I tanked when I bought into all these, and they all started to dip a little bit, and then they all came back and started to settle, and that's basically where I ended the day yesterday, at about plus, where was it? I was up like $7 yesterday on the 1,000. My first day I was up 0.7%, and I was happy. I was okay. My goal was to do a day trade and come out positive, and I basically did. So I was happy. Today, I cooled it in the morning. I actually had some classes between 9 and 11:30 this morning, so I couldn't do anything in the open. But then something interesting happened. So I was just watching the numbers go, and all of a sudden, So I had mentioned the end of yesterday, I bought into VIR Biotechnology. I bought one stock, one measly stock, because it was trending upwards basically all day. And it's been trending up all week. It was as low as 20, and it's been continuously on the up and up. So today I was looking at it about 1 p.m. Where was it? About 1 p.m. and I noticed that it was steadily ticking up. And I thought, hey, what the heck? Now at the moment I was bought in to another stock. So I only had like 20 to trade with. I couldn't even buy another stock. It was actually the only other stock that I had positive. It was only positive by like not even 0.5%, but it was positive nonetheless. And I had like 10 shares, and I think it was selling at like 30 a pop, or maybe even 40. So it was taking up a lot of space. So I sold that. Luckily, it had been 24 hours, so it didn't count as a day trade. I had to check that also. And I bought into VIR Biotechnology at around 12 or 1 p.m. And I basically caught this wave. And this was fun. This was exciting to watch. I was basically just watching this shoot through the roof for about an hour. Now, I tell you now that I fucked up. How? So, I caught this wave and I was watching it steadily, and I watched it pump up to 26, and then I watched it pump up, and then it started bouncing around 27, and I saw it do this for about 15 minutes. And I was getting nervous every time it did one of these, and I started seeing it pop back down to 26.3, come up a little bit, come back down, and I was wondering, okay, you know what? Maybe this is going to be the peak. And in my mind, I was thinking, don't be greedy, just sell it off. You've already made a big profit on it. Big in relative terms, you know. But it was way positive. It was up like 15% from the beginning of the day. From where I bought it, I'm not sure, but I had made a huge return. So I kind of made a rash decision, and I sold it off immediately at exactly 27 actually. From there, I went and made my lunch. And when I came back after finishing lunch, I realized that it had pumped all the way up to about 29, which was disappointing to see, because I definitely missed a lot more growth. If I had stayed in, if I had chilled out, and I had chilled out for a while, and I got spooked and I sold it off. So, lesson to be learned. I mean, for me, I was already way above water. I mean, I bought it at like 25 something, and I was way up at 27, and I was watching it bounce between 27, 27.5. Even if it had bounced back down to like 26.5, I'm still selling it with a profit, and I could still come out of there happy. I would have been kicking myself if it ended up dropping, that I'd gotten greedy, but still, I got spooked and I sold it off before it was ready, and I had more room there. So, but you know, VIR Biotechnology did me nice. I got a nice return on that, and I was happy. And that's basically that's the spike right here. So the beginning of the day, the stocks that I had bought in yesterday continued to kind of, not bottom out, but just not do what I thought they was gonna do. And so they were wallowing down here. Boom! I went in VIR, sold the other stock that wasn't really moving, and then boom, hit this spike, and then spent a little bit of time checking out some other stocks because I had sold off VIR. I had about $400 to play with. And I went and I found another biotech company. Biotech might be something that I play around with a little bit. I kind of like the idea. And I don't know. I'm not obviously not just any biotech. Of course, I'm looking for the right trends. Calabetta Bio. It also has a nice name. Not that you should buy stocks based on their names. That would be silly. And I know this. I know. But it has a nice trend. It's biotech, big money. So I went in on Calabetta at 1641. I mean, it was stagnant all day. Stagnant's the word I was looking for earlier. Stagnating. These stocks be stagnating. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with Calabetta. I have, what do I have? 15? Yes, 15 shares of Calabetta. So I'm expecting that. And these are generally long term. So Penn Gaming, I'm going to hang on to. FCP, again, don't know what it does, but I hope it continues along its trend next week. And finally, one more biotech company. Oh no, Luckin Coffee. Hey, so Luckin Coffee, from what I saw, is a Chinese coffee. They own coffee stores in China, something like that, which is cool. You know, the Chinese got to drink coffee too, and this one, let's see, had taken a dip over the past however like month or so, and it appears that this will be its floor. I believe this will be its floor. I don't think it will be dropping below, well below 32. At least I hope. And if it returns back up to that 50 range, then we got a nice little profit. And I also just bought one share as it's really a test, just to test the waters. If it starts moving, if it starts moving fast, that is, because I like the fast movers, I'll sell off something else, and then I'll dump into Luckin, and we'll be drinking that coffee, baby. So yeah, that's day 2 overall. Once again, I am up on the day, up another almost 1%. I'm up almost 1% today, which is exciting. And on the week, we're up 1.5 on the week, and that's and that's 2 days. Like I said, I was in yesterday. This is day 2. So far so good, guys. We're moving in the right direction. We're positive. We're gaining. We're learning, and all things are good. So that'll be it. That's the update for today. Thank you for checking in, and we'll see you on the next edition. Next week we'll be back, and we'll see where the gains are at. Peace.